All right, we are back with our second post-lottery rebuild here, and today we're going to be rebuilding the team that got the second overall pick, the Washington Wizards. So yeah, I'm still in Chicago for the 2024 Draft Combine. This is going to be before day 2, where we are able to see these guys go 5-on-5, which I'm really excited for, like Bronny James, who had a great measurement and Combine drills on the first day on Monday, is going to be participating in that as well, so that's going to be really fun to see. But let's talk Washington Wizards today, and thank you guys for all the support on the Atlanta Hawks video, and also make sure you subscribe to my Srosh channel where I make kind of real life NBA content, more talking about current NBA stuff rather than the video game here. And I'm actually going to be posting my experience at the Combine where I participated in it, as well as like the NBA allowed me to go through the drills. So Washington Wizards, I know they've been rumored to take Nikola Topic potentially at 2, and unfortunately Topic got hurt a couple days ago and is going to not miss too much time, which is good because people thought it could be a severe knee injury. It was not, which is great. So that could still be in play at 2. This Wizards team was the second worst team in the NBA this past season, but they didn't get unlucky like the Detroit Pistons. They still ended up with the second overall pick. Therefore, we could still draft a game-changing guy, but it's weird because in this year's draft class, the best player from this class could be pick 24, it could be pick 51. So it is not a guarantee that we are going to get a stud at 2. So I think we could trade down. That could be in play as well if like San Antonio wants to move up 2 spots. If I can get maybe one of those Hawks picks, maybe that Bulls pick, that could be in the cards as well. And we obviously are stuck with this Jordan Poole contract. Maybe he turns his career around this year, but I think if we go Nikola Topic, Tyus Jones is gone, but if I end up going like Donovan Clingan at 2, we could then look to bring back Tyus Jones. We're going to keep Brian Keefe as our head coach just for 1 year. All right, so looking at these mock drafts right now, Zachary Reese-Hachey could also be in play at 2 as well if I think that like we could eventually have Bilal at the 2, maybe Denny at the 3, and then we move on post Kuzma. I think I would actually not mind getting another first round pick for Kuz, and then we could maybe end up going Reese-Hachey. So let's see how this draft starts. I'm actually intrigued about Reese-Hachey at 2 potentially because of his floor spacing ability, and I bang out all my wings basically. Bilal at the 2, Denny at the 3, and we get Reese-Hachey at the 4, and then maybe we could still trade up into the top 10 because I think Kuzma could even net me pick 8 from the Spurs. So the Hawks with the number 1 overall pick are trading it. Oh, baby. All right. So they end up trading it for Lauri Markkanen and John Collins. That is insane. I don't think they go Sar then. I think they go Reese-Hachey. Oh, they go Ron Holland. Oh my God. So I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Who is like the best player that the Hawks can trade the number 1 pick for? Could they move it for Lauri Markkanen? I don't know because Lauri is an expiring contract as well. I was also thinking Brandon Ingram because Brandon Ingram is an expiring contract next year. So could they net one of those guys for the number 1 pick potentially? I'm not going to go Sar at 2, even though that would make a lot of sense for us. We did get Sar in the Hawks rebuild. So I'm going to go with Zachary Reese-Hachey actually here. He's going to be my stretch 4. I worry about the defensive trio of Denny, Bilal, and Reese-Hachey right now, but at their peak, I think it could be very good. And all these guys, I also think are going to be able to switch on defense and space the floor and hopefully handle the rock. We'll see though. And I'm going to try to trade up in the top 10 again with Kyle Kuzma. Let's just see how the top 5 goes because I'm not getting a top 5 pick for Kyle Kuzma. The Rockets at 3, are they trading the pick at well? Oh my God, they are. So they traded for Colin Sexton. The Jazz just traded Markkanen for 1 and Sexton for 3. I like Sexton for 3, Markkanen for 1, I don't know, and they get Alex Sar. So they end up with Sar and Holland. That's huge for them, man. So San Antonio at 4, don't tell me they're trading the pick. Okay, they take Rob Dillingham, and at number 5, Detroit is going to take Jacoby Walter. All right, we're going to see if the San Antonio Spurs want to do this trade. They're going to get good floor spacing around Wemby. They already got their point guard and Rob Dillingham at number 4. I will see if they'll take Kyle Kuzma. It's going to hurt giving up Corey Kispert because I know he plays well in 2K, but I always keep him around. So let's see if we can get pick 8 for these two and Atlanta's unprotected first next year. They are going to decline that. They counter with my first and 26 for Zach Collins. Let's not do that. I don't think they have the cap space to take on anybody specific, but I'll give you a second this year and Tristan Vukcevic, who I kind of like though. Could I throw in, because I don't think they can afford Landry Shamet, unfortunately. Unless I take on Devontae Graham, would we do this? Okay, they do that. I'm fine taking on Devontae Graham. I'm not signing anybody this offseason. So the Hornets at number 6, I mean, Stephon Castle could be, oh my God, they took Zach Edey. I was going to take Zach Edey at 26 if he was there still. Charlotte takes Zach Edey at 6. I mean, Zach Edey's been the talk of the combine too, because he showed out his 3-point shot making at the start of the shooting drills. That is crazy. And then Portland takes Matas Buzelis, most good pick, which leaves Nikola Topic and Donovan Clingan still on the board. You know what? I think it's going to be a little bit easier to find a point guard down the line. So I'm going to go Donovan Clingan at number 8. So we get Reese Sachet and Clingan, a brand new front court in Washington. And it's crazy too, because I feel like there hasn't been a good front court in Washington in a while, because back when they had Bradley Beal and John Wall, like it was like Marcin Gortat, some Otto Porter at the 4. It wasn't great. So I don't think I'm actually going to trade 26. Oh man, I love this draft for us. We are going to get Bub Carrington. This dude killed it at the combine. There was already talks about Carrington going in the first round from his time at Pittsburgh, even more because he's 18 years old. So he has so much room to grow. Good size, good ball handling ability, and can knock down shots. He killed the shooting drills. So this is going to be a huge draft for us. I'm a big fan of this class now. Like we just got, I think, 3 difference makers. Wow. Bobby Clement went 9, Reed Shepard 10, Cody Williams fell to 11. So Reese Sachet at number 2, we took Clingan at 8, and then we have the Hawks pick next year, and then we got Carrington at 26. So basically, the Spurs turned Jakob Poeltl for Corey Kispert and Kyle Kuzma. Like, I think that's fine for them. I think Kyle Kuzma could actually be really good next to Wemby. Johnny Davis will pick up the team option. Holmes, we got nothing to do there, but Clingan will start. Baldwin, I'm not a huge fan of, so we're actually going to decline that. Paul George and LeBron are going to be free agents. Same with Jalen Duren. Why? Y2K. This has been a thing all year. How have you not fixed that? I also would like to offer Justin Champagnie the qualifying offer and Jared Butler as well. So I feel like my rotation is pretty much set. I mean, Graham's not going to be in it, but we're going to have Carrington and Poole, Koulibaly, Davis. Of DR, Reese Sachet, I mean, maybe we look for one more forward, but I think Clingan's going to start. I think Bagley could be a backup 4, and I think Vucevic could be a backup 5. So I honestly don't think I'm going to bring back Tyus Jones. I do that kind of often, so if you want to see me bring back Tyus Jones, just watch any of my other Wizards rebuilds. And we're going to kind of save our cap space for next offseason, in which we should have a little bit more to spend, which is nice. But we will also, we're going to have, a decent amount, $36 million basically off the books next year, which is great. So LeBron goes back to the Lakers, Paul George goes back to the Clippers as well. DeRozan signs with Philadelphia, and Jared Butler we get back on the QO, but not Champagnie, unfortunately. So Jordan Poole regresses. We'll see if he can be any good for us. I mean, just seeing 3 years, $97 million left on that contract really does hurt. Denny is going to be our top guy. Big year for Bilal's development. I'm excited to see what Reese Sachet can do. Also have to change his name. All right, so I changed some positions around to get their overalls up. So I definitely want the starting 5 to be Poole, Bilal, Denny, Reese Sachet at the 4, and then we're going to go Donovan Clingan at the 5 for sure. I don't think Jared Butler is going to crack the rotation. Marvin Bagley can get like 18 minutes a night. Same with Vucevic, who I still actually like. He actually showed some promise in his limited playing time last year. I want Bub Carrington to play, and that's why I kind of like Bub Carrington to Washington, because he can actually like grow in his rookie season. And it could be even better if they did bring back Tyus Jones for him to be like his mentor, because I think it might be an up and down rookie year if he's expected to play some like notable minutes for like a Minnesota Timberwolves team or a Denver Nuggets team in the playoffs. Like, I would be very shocked. I think he could do it, but I would be still a little bit shocked if he played like notable playoff minutes. And he could definitely benefit from being in the G League or getting some run or a lot of minutes off the bench on like maybe the Wizards team, and could eventually start for this team down the line. So Jordan Poole is going to get like 30 minutes a night. Woohoo. We're going to go 34 to Bilal. We're going to go 35 to Denny. Let's go like 31 to Reese Sachet. Let's go about the same to Donovan Clingan. Gives me about 6 more minutes, which we could see if we can get anything out of Johnny Davis this year. And we'll go 1 more to Vucevic and Marvin Bagley. System efficiency under Brian Keefe. Could be his last year as a head coach. I don't know off the top of my head. Like, I think they're going to bring in a new head coach, but I feel like they haven't really been in any conversations. Maybe they're riding with Brian Keefe. So our first game of the year is at home against the Charlotte Hornets. We ended up losing. I don't think that we're going to be great this year. I do think we're going to be picking in the top of the draft once again. Hey, if I can land like a Dylan Harper as a point guard for this team's future, that would be great. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, if everybody panned out, we kind of have our starting 5, like, later in the rebuild on the team already. So it's pretty much going to be like Carrington, Bilal, Denny, Reese Sachet, Clingan, and then if we get a top draft pick, hey, that's a good problem to have. And let me know in the comments if you guys like the rebuilds as well, where I don't always win a championship, because it kind of gives some suspense, some unpredictability of where that rebuild will go, unless you guys kind of like me winning it every video. But then I feel like, all right, you know he's winning it at the end, but you guys got to let me know what you feel about that. There are going to be some inefficiencies to Carrington's game in his rookie season, but I'm fine with him shooting 40% from 3, even if he shoots 38% from the field. All right, so we are here at the 2025 trade deadline. We are 16-34, pretty much what I expected to be with this team. We're still only in year 1, theoretically, of this rebuild. They did move Bradley Beal in the 2023 offseason, so that was pretty much the start of the rebuild, also when they moved Kristaps Porzingis as well. Denny Avdija is currently leading the team in scoring, but it has not been great efficiency. All right, I'm going to chalk this up as a down year for Denny. He's still on a favorable contract. I still like him a ton. He's going to be fine. Jordan Poole, though, shooting well. I just don't know who's trading for his $30 million salary. If it was like $10 million less, could be easier to move, so that may not be able to be moved this offseason. Shout out to Bilal. Scoring is up, rebounding is up, three-point shooting is up, just overall efficiency is up across the board. That's huge to see. Reece Shea showing some promise from downtown in his rookie season, turning the ball over a little bit more than I'd like him to, but you know what, is shooting well from three, so I will definitely take that. Bob Carrington, the efficiency is there, and I feel like his age is a little bit older. He should be, I think, 19 at this time. Donovan Clingan, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 41% from the field, but 2 blocks a night. Hopefully that 41% can be up to 50% by the end of this rebuild. You know, I don't mind Tristan Vukcevic. I think I'd like to bring him back as the backup 5. Johnny Davis, shooting the ball kind of well. I mean, we will definitely take that. I don't think I'd find a trade partner for Marvin Bagley at the deadline, and I will not be bringing any of these guys back. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. We obviously have our first round pick. I mean, I think there's some lottery protection on it, so I know we're getting it for sure. All right, Nikola Jokic wins MVP, his 4th of his career. Crazy the company he'd be in. Ron Holland, Rookie of the Year. Wow, so they traded Lowry Marketing for the Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Danny Ainge, and they get the 6th Man of the Year. I mean, if we needed a center, this means I could trade for Walker Kessler, but I like Donovan Clingan. I still think I want to give him some time to shine here as Quinn Snyder Coach of the Year. They had Lowry Marketing, they win 59 games. All right, Hawks fans, maybe in your rebuilds, trade that. And a lot of you guys ask me, how do I get the correct draft order? I basically control every team, trade override the picks. There's no other way to do it unless you download a scenario out there, but that's the way I do it. It literally takes like 2 minutes. It's really not that difficult. So we did get all 3 of our rookies on all rookie first team. Oh my God, Tristan Vukcevic, who is not really a rookie, but hey, I'll take that. Masterclass by us in the draft. We will obviously be cool with that going forward. We did finish, though, with the 2nd worst record in the Eastern Conference. I am sorry, Bulls fans. Who did they get with the 15th, or excuse me, the 11th overall pick? They got Cody Williams, too. All right, well, at least you have some promise going forward. And did Denny finish up the year with really bad efficiency? I mean, yeah, it's a year to forget for Denny, the worst shooting year of his career, but that free throw percentage was elite. I think he'll be fine next year in a more, not diminished role, but is not going to have the load of it as a number 1 option, hopefully. But hey, we end up winning the lottery. We're able to add Cooper Flagg to this team. Like, this could be fun going forward, or Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper. Shout out to the Thunder winning the 2025 finals. LeBron retires. Russ retires on the Kings. Reggie Jackson as well. John Wall, Robert Covington. A couple good point guards end up retiring. You see LeBron and Russ head to the Hall of Fame. John Wall just in the Hall of very good. Did we actually retire John Wall's number? What? 2K, you gotta retire. The Wizards would retire John Wall's number. Like, the Cavs have retired Big Z's number. The Wizards don't have, like, the greatest history in their franchise's time in the NBA. So I think they would end up retiring John Wall's number for sure. And Beal's number as well. I mean, Wall almost spent a decade there and was, at one point, one of the better point guards in the league. So let's see where we end up. I'm not wasting my time just to get disappointed. So our pick ends up dropping to 5. We're going to be able to get that, don't worry. So we end up with the 5th overall pick. Kind of sucks. But hey, the Bulls, number 1 odds, stay at number 1. And Atlanta's pick that we got in that Kyle Kuzma trade, number 29. Yeah, the Hawks were that good this past season. So wasn't great for our end. That looks a little bit better for the Spurs. So Brian Keefe, I think that time is done. Jason Kidd got let go. Yeah, Jason Kidd, you want to come to Washington? You want to come to DC? Maybe we can give you some type of position in office. I mean, if I can get Mark Dagno as well, he wants to turn this team around. We could back up the Brinks trucks for him. Will Hardy is here. Billy Donovan is here. I'll also offer Will Hardy if I don't get the other 2. And we are able to get all 3 of them. Wow, who do I want? Who do I want? Kidd would be cool, but I'm going to go Mark Dagno. I mean, he won Coach of the Year in 2024. Hey, that could happen if KD ends up on the Thunder. Mark Dagno could be let go in a year for sure. So, yeah, nobody's getting moved here. I don't think I'm finding anybody for Jordan Poole. At least he wasn't inefficient last year. So, with the 5th overall pick, we're going to miss out on some of the top guys, so we may be able to get a good wing. Cooper Flagg goes to the Bulls. So, Cody Williams and Cooper Flagg. Hey, get excited, Bulls fans. That is pretty good. Dylan Harper goes to the Thunder. Was hoping he'd fall to me. Ace Bailey, 3 to the Knicks. All right. And then at number 4, OKC gets VJ Edgecombe. So, they end up with Dylan Harper and VJ Edgecombe, and they just won it all. Crazy stuff. All right, so I'm going to go Carter Bryant out of Arizona here. 6'9" power forward. Is going to most likely come off the bench because I still like Reece Shea starting, but I think could just be good depth there, especially since we're moving on from Marvin Bagley in the offseason. And we're going to make this trade with the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to be trading them 29 in my 2nd rounder. We're going to be getting, I want a future 2nd rounder. I don't want one in this draft. Give me this one for Keon Ellis. Hey, we need defense, and Keon Ellis could be huge for our bench. All right, we'll swap seconds there. That's fine with me. So we don't draft 2 rookies, but we get Keon Ellis. Huge, cheap, like, defender off the bench, which I love because our defense was not good last year whatsoever. So let's sign Carter Bryant here. Team player options. Bilal's coming back. I think with us trading for Keon Ellis. We're not going to bring back Johnny Davis. So we're going to let him walk. His time in Washington, D.C. is done. Let's give Tristan Vukcevic the qualifying offer. Butler is fine as well. I don't really know what I'm looking for this offseason because I still think I have my starting five. I think we're looking for maybe a veteran backup center and maybe a point guard off the bench. I mean, Fred VanVleet's interesting, but coming off that shooting season, I don't really know if I want to give him big time money. Drew Holiday ended up as a free agent. I don't think 2K updated that extension. All right, so I think it's going to be like a cheaper move. I don't think anybody wants to come to DC. We have a ton of cap space, but I'm going to give Chris Dunn a 1-year, $6 million deal. And then for the backup center, I mean, I'd love Clint Capella. I'd love Nasri, but these guys are a little bit too expensive for me. Jalen Smith, $14 million a year. It's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money. I mean, Mo Wagner I'd rather get. So I'm going to give Mo a 2-year deal worth around $12 million total, fully guaranteed, and we get both of them. But obviously, I still want like Tristan Vukcevic coming back on that QO. Do I have bird rights on Vukcevic? I do not, because I believe he was a second rounder. And Johnny Davis wants $16 million. Yeah, get out of here. So we get those guys back on the QO is great. We're seeing some progression going forward. I think we are missing our franchise guy, like who's going to lead us to the promised land, who's going to be our Jalen Brunson, like find somebody like that, right? And obviously, like you look through the playoff teams currently, like Minnesota has Anthony Edwards, Denver's got Jokic, OKC's got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Indiana has Halliburton, obviously Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. So like we're looking for that guy still. We do have good cap space. I mean, we're not a small market team. I mean, DC isn't really the greatest sports town in the world because obviously there's a lot of other things going on in DC to have a passionate fan base, and a lot of the like DC fans are from like the DMV area, so it's not the easiest commute to get to DC. So we're not like maybe as big as a Boston or Philadelphia or a New York City, but I still think that we could be a good sports town. We just got to get maybe this team to be somewhat more respectable this year, and then look to maybe make a run at a big time free agent. So Bub Carrington, you are going to be the starting point guard. We're going to go Chris Dunn about 15 minutes off the bench. Vukcevic is going to get like 17 minutes. Mo Wagner, I think around the same thing. And then I want Jordan Poole being the sixth man for us. All right, it's interesting because I want to go like 12 deep here. So Chris Dunn, I think, is going to get like 10 minutes a night. We're going to go like 14 to Carter Bryant. We're going to go 15 to Keon Ellis. We're going to go 13 to Vukcevic. And then we'll go 15 to Wagner. Let's go 25 to Jordan Poole, 28 to Klingon. And then I think I may just go the rest to Bub Carrington and see how this rotation can look this season. 3-star balance under Mark Daigneault. It's going to be still another rebuild year. I don't think we're going to be great here, but I'm excited to see who maybe balls out for us. When is our first win going to be? It may not be for a little bit, sadly. Okay, we were actually able to beat the Jazz. Denny had 22 points. He's been more efficient to start off the year, which is great to see. All right, so we're 19-32 at the trade deadline. Hey, better than last year's season, so I will definitely take that. We are currently the 14th seed in the Eastern Conference. We would have the third worst record in the NBA. Damn, the post-LeBron fall off in LA is definitely really noticeable right now. Looking at the player stats from this season so far, Denny is still our top guy, but he's been more efficient. So last year looks like the outlier, not the norm, which is great. Bub Carrington breaking out, man. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists. Maybe we found our franchise point guard. Zachary Risachet knocking down his threes at an elite clip this year, which is great. Gives us some upside as a stretch four. I actually think his defense is playing this year. Hey, Jordan Poole isn't shooting me out of games. That's all I cared about for his role on this team. Donovan Clingan hasn't been as efficient as I would have liked, but is being a force defensively. Bilal, maybe not taking a step forward this year that I thought he could have taken. And Carter Bryant has been fine in his rookie season. I don't know if I want to send him to the G League. I still think I may just keep him up. So we are 20 games under 500 at the contract extension deadline. We could work out an extension for Jordan Poole. I mean, $11.5 million for what he does off the bench is actually pretty good value, but I think we're going to move on. Just kind of want a different guy here. And even next year, on the last year of his contract, may not even be in the rotation. Ton of guys, or 2 guys from this year's draft class are in 6 Man of the Year voting. And Kyle Kuzma was traded to the Knicks last year, actually. And he's putting up really good numbers on the Knicks right now. But yeah, defensively, we are currently actually one of the better defensive teams in the NBA right now, which is great to see. Hell yeah, man. Offensively, though, we are still not great. We're still looking for that number 1 option, which obviously so many teams try to find. And Wemby, in year number 3, wins MVP. Oh my God, look at that efficiency. He's a 95 overall. Good thing we're in the Eastern Conference. Nikola Topic fell to 15 on the Miami Heat. That is wild value. And he also wins 6 Man of the Year, 6 Man of the Year and Most Improved. Jalen Brunson, Clutch Player of the Year. Pop's replacement, Abraham Navarro, is your Coach of the Year. Obviously, we weren't going to get anybody on the All-NBA teams as Donovan Mitchell finally gets his way. He goes to New York, but not with the Knicks. It is with the Brooklyn Nets. We didn't get anybody on an all-defensive team, and we did get Carter Bryant on all-rookie second team. So yeah, the season is pretty much over. This team could look a little bit different next year. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade. I mean, I think we got got to figure out is Donovan Clingan our long-term fit here. I think we could look for an upgrade, maybe in the draft. Maybe it's going to be in free agency or via trade. Like, that is a possibility. So we'll see. And we got to figure out if like the Denny, Risashe, Bilal 1 or 2, 3, 4 is going to work out for us. Also, I think Carrington could be the guy at the 1, but obviously if there's an opportunity to get somebody much better than him in the offseason, I will do so. Jaden Ivey, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Can't say I've ever seen that before, but Wemby gets MVP and Finals MVP in year 3. All right, so we're going to be entering, what, year 4 of this rebuild? You have Chris Paul and James Harden going to the Hall of Fame. I feel like the Wizards, if no team wanted Chris Paul this offseason, the Wizards should just try to get Chris Paul because he could set up all their guys. I actually don't hate that if he has no other suitors out there, rather than them trying to go out and get maybe a Russell Westbrook. Don't do that, Washington. So we have the number 2 odds here for the number 1 overall pick, and we fall to 6. Damn, back-to-back years dropping. That sucks. Wow, and the Spurs end up getting, the Jazz, ended up getting number 1, Spurs number 5. That pick is from the Gobert trade. That's crazy. And they can end up with an AJ DeManta or a Cameron Boozer from this class. So we have 3 early second rounders that I think I'm going to try to move to get a 4th-year option on a player. So 31, 32, 37, or 35. Like, could that land me a late first? Like, maybe at 20? I don't know if that could probably get me pick 20, I think. So the Nuggets say no. I mean, I have all these seconds. I'll give you 4 seconds. There we go. So now we have pick 6 and 20 in this draft. The Jazz take AJ DeManta, number 1 overall, the projected number 1 pick in the 26th draft. Cameron Boozer, the projected number 2 pick, goes to Toronto. 3, the OKC Thunder, man. How rich is this team? They're actually trading the pick and another first for Kawhi Leonard and Trey Murphy. God damn. They take Kobe Pete, Clippers, as they're entering their rebuild. Thunder on the clock again. Are they trading this pick? No, they get Darren Peterson out of Ohio State. And then the Spurs take Malik Thomas out of Duke. So we're on the clock. Caleb Wilson is here. Caden Boozer is here, the brother of Cameron Boozer. I mean, I don't hate that. Or we can go Kamal Malak, who I think is going to be in the 25 draft, but this guy has him in the 26. I'm actually going to go Caden Boozer here out of Duke, the brother of Cameron Boozer, the son of Carlos Boozer. And then with the 20th pick, we're going to put butts in seats. We're getting Bryce James, the brother of Bronny James and the son of LeBron James. So we're getting all the former players' sons in this draft. So yeah, Boozer, welcome to Washington, D.C., Bryce James as well. James could be in the G League. So we're going to pick up the team options on all these guys going forward. Luke is a free agent. Trae Young's a free agent. Trae Young here would be interesting, but I don't think we want to go that route. I mean, Brunson would be great. We do have about $44 million to spend. Fox would be great. Jalen Suggs is unrestricted. I mean, he's somebody that can come in and play some defense. It's just like, do I think we have the number 1 on the roster? I don't. All right, the Sixers are looking for some scoring on their team, so I'm going to ship them Jordan Poole for 2 future second-round picks. That is actually good value for what Poole has provided. It's just you got to pay that cap, but they gave up 2 seconds, so it's pretty much nothing. So I don't really think I'm convincing many of these guys to sign here. If like Josh Hart was here, I mean, I think he's from the DMV area. Maybe that would make sense. No KD here in free agency, unfortunately. So I think we're going to see who makes it out of moratorium. I would like to bring back Vucevic and Keon Ellis as well. I don't get bird rights on Keon Ellis, which is kind of crappy, but I'm going to sign him to a 2-year, $10 million deal. Even if he doesn't make it into the rotation, it's good to have. Vucevic actually just got $8 million a year. I'm not going to pay that. So yeah, Vucevic, see you later. He actually got $8 million a year by the Cavs, which is kind of crazy. You know what? Jalen Williams, what if we threw him an absolute bag? Would they match that? Because I think Jalen Williams could actually be a number 1 on a championship team the way he plays. Will they match this? Please don't match it. I'm actually getting excited. Oh, damn it. They matched it. Man, that was getting me excited. I don't really think Josh Giddey could be that guy. I don't really think it'd be realistic to get Brunson or Fox or Banchero. Damn, that sucks. All right, so we should have a decent amount of cap space next offseason. So let's see what this young core can do again this year. And yeah, it's pretty much going to be, I think, a 9 to 10 man rotation, but we're playing a lot of young guys once again. This is, we still have 2 years left on Denny. I think, is Bilal due an extension after this year? Yes, he is. So a big year for him. But I have the cap space to give Bilal an extension and get a max guy in free agency. All right, so it's going to be Carrington, Koulibaly, Denny, Risashe, Clingan again with Ellis, Bryant, Boozer, Wagner, James. Another year with these guys playing together. Hopefully that means that they will just play better. The continuity, the chemistry. We're 3.5 star balance. Could we flirt with the playing tournament this year? Please. All right, so we have our best record at the trade deadline yet. We're actually flirting with being a 500 team. I love Denny, and I've used him in so many Wizards rebuilds, but there's a chance this is his last year in DC. I can't with the inconsistency here. Donovan Clingan has been more efficient this year, and he actually showed some promise this past season that he could be somewhat of a shooting center in the NBA. We haven't really seen that from him, unfortunately. Carter Bryant's shot has also been inconsistent, but I think he's fine going forward. Keon Ellis has been really good for us, man. And for the defense he provides, I love him coming off the bench. Zachary Reese-Hachey has emerged as our top scorer on this team. I mean, I don't really feel comfortable about giving Bilal like a max rookie extension. There's a chance he plays that final year on just, well, no, wait, this is his 4th year. So this would be a qualifying offer. Man, we have some tough decisions to make in the offseason. We're 23 and 27, which is currently the 10th seed. We'd be making the play-in tournament for the first time in this video. All right, so we're not going to finish the season with an above 500 record, but hey, I will definitely take high 30 wins. Like, it's been something for a couple years now that we haven't been able to do. So I will take a 37 and 45 season. We're going in the right direction. We're going to be going into year 5 of this rebuild, which is kind of crazy. So, like, it's funny because, like, the Pacers are kind of in year 3 of their rebuild, and there's a chance they're in the conference finals in real life, as Luka signed with the Clippers, averaged a 27-point triple-double. Kind of insane. And I don't think we're going to get any Wizards on the OMB team since De'Aaron Fox decided to go to Detroit. Okay. Trae Young goes to Miami, so Nikola Topic will never start in this league, most likely. We do get Caden Boozer on all-rookie first team. This dude is good. There's a chance, like, he has higher upside than Bub Carrington, that he could be our backup. I think Carrington could be the backup point guard, and we start Boozer next year if I don't find somebody in the offseason. But unfortunately, there was like a 3-way tie for the 10th seed. We didn't get it, sadly. So we will not be making the play-in tournament this year. But I do think this was our last year being on the outside looking in. We could be in play to make some big moves this offseason, I think. And Alex Sarr, who the Jazz got at pick number 3, trading Colin Sexton for, Western Conference Finals MVP, and LaMelo in the East. And the Jazz win it all with Alex Sarr being your Finals MVP. Why didn't you do this for me in the Atlanta Hawks rebuild, man? KD ends up retiring on the Kings, Paul George on the Wolves, Drew on the Celtics, Tobias in Cleveland, Jimmy in Orlando, Draymond in Portland, McCollum in Boston. Yeah, McCollum would definitely be in the Hall of Very Good. And then, yeah, here you have KD, Paul George, and Jimmy Butler all heading to the Hall of Fame. No Draymond Green, though, but he did get his jersey retired by the Warriors. So our pick is going to be in the lottery once again. It's projected at pick number 12. Damn, that is not great. So wait, didn't Brooklyn make the play-in tournament? Or maybe it was Boston. No, Brooklyn made it. And why is our pick lower than them? That is a shame. Our pick ends up staying at number 12, as it's a new era for the Warriors. They end up with number 1. And damn, the Jazz, the rich get richer. They end up with the 2nd pick from the Gobert trade, and they got number 1 last year. Man, that Jazz team, low-key, could be like a dynasty for years to come. Like, look how good they've built it there. I mean, maybe that I got to take notes. That's what I got to do in my Jazz rebuild. But they got Jamal Murray. They have Sarr, Holland, George, Shepard, Capella Hendricks, Miles Bridges, AJ Dembélé. Wild. Look at all the 2nd round picks I have. I have 6 of them. And I'm going to trade, I think 36 and 39 to get the 29th pick in this draft from Denver. We've had a good working relationship with them in this video. And with the 12th overall pick, I'm going to get Kelvin Callaway here out of St. Bonaventure. I don't think it's a guarantee he makes this team. There's a chance he gets traded. And Mac Watson went number 1. Dylan Isley went number 2. So we have a bunch of guys that we're going to sign here. Gilbert Carroll, Carlos Aguilar. Do I want to sign him? I actually might sign Derek Bass. Can I sign 5 of these guys? Okay, cool. I definitely couldn't sign 6. Let's pick up all these team options. We are going to have max cap space. Is there somebody I could throw the bag to? Wemby restricted, Trae Young, Jabari Smith, All right, not the greatest unrestricted free agency class. And Domantas Sabonis has 1 year left on his deal at 31 years old. There's a chance I kind of want to make a trade for him. I don't know if I can get any of these other guys. But before him, actually, though, I want to see if I can trade for Evan Mobley, who's in Charlotte, and move him to the center spot. That would include Donovan Clingan in this deal, Kelvin Callaway, who we just drafted, and I would also throw in Joey Sutton, who we just drafted, for Evan Mobley, and I'd make him our center. Would they do this? They say no. I would throw in my first rounder in 29. That's it with picks. I would go back to players if they say no. They say no to that. I do have a couple seconds that we could throw in, like Boyd Dawkins or Gilbert Carroll. I'll throw in Gilbert Carroll. That doesn't get it done. Oh, man, that's a lot then. I don't think I should do that. Actually, I would consider Denny, Donovan Clingan, that first round pick in 29, and Joey Sutton. Like, I'll throw in Denny if that makes it work, and then I'll throw in Kelvin Callaway. That's the most I'm throwing for Mobley. They say no. Okay, never mind. All right, Donovan Clingan for Domantas Sabonis straight up. They say no. I'll throw in Kelvin Callaway, who I just drafted. They say no, and I will also throw in Joey Sutton. Would they say yes? Because if I could do this without giving up Denny, that'd be great. I will give you Gilbert Carroll as well. They agree to that. So welcome to the team, Domantas Sabonis. Could he be a number one on a championship team? Probably not, but that definitely improves this team nonetheless. I mean, how much does Bilal want? He wants $40 million. Is he on drugs? So after moratorium, like Scoot's a free agent. Yeah, I don't really love any of these guys. I mean, Asor Thompson is fun and all, but I don't really think that puts us over the hump. So I don't really want to make any nearsighted moves. And of course, Bilal gets a deal from the Suns. 3 years, 105 for Bilal. I think I'm going to let him walk. I don't think it's worth to pay him $30-something million if I don't think he's going to be a top option for us. And like Reece Shay's a free agent next year. Same with Sabonis. I think that would be silly of us. Wow, Bilal's actually going to walk. Were they able to sign him, or was that just like 2K being stupid? Nope, they signed Bilal. Wow. Man, I don't know if we make the playing tournament next year. I mean, we did get Sabonis. He's 31 years old, but we need Reece Shay to carry us. And I think maybe Caden Boozer could be that guy for us. All right, so I hate 2K. My game kept crashing after that offseason. 3 years in, I even did a test run before it. So here we are, start of the 28th season. Everything is going to look roughly the same. Some overalls are going to be a little bit off. I know Carrington's a little bit higher. I think Keon Ellis as well. And we weren't able to get like the same auto-generated backup center. So we have Brett Slaughter. So hey, 2K messing me up. I get at least a better backup 5 to Domantas Sabonis this season, who's still in his contract year. Same with Denny Avdia. And when constructing this rotation, I think I want to start Caden Boozer over Bub Carrington. And I obviously want to play Bryce James as well. Reece Shea, I definitely want to start over Carter Bryant. We're definitely going to kind of rock with that. But then again, it's like Keon Ellis is going to start at the 2. Do I want to try to make Boozer and Carrington work? We can also do that as well. So Boozer, I'm going to give 32 minutes a night to. Denny, we're going to do 30. We're going to go 33 to Reece Shea. We're going to do 35 to Sabonis, maybe 30 to Boozer. Let's do 25 to Keon Ellis. Let's do 25 to Carter Bryant. Then we have Slaughter, Carrington, James. Am I forgetting somebody? No, I think that's it. So it is going to be that 9-man rotation. Carrington and Bryant, 25 apiece. Let's go 15. Let's go 17 to Slaughter and Bryce James. I got about 3 minutes remaining. We can give those to Denny, Boozer, and Keon Ellis. System proficiency. Oh yeah, also we have Joe Mazzulla. Still balanced. It's not Mark Daigneault. He never became a free agent head coach. You could just tell how much I love 2K and their game crashing. Be careful out there, man. When you start today, it really is bugged out right now. So let's hope that Domantas Sabonis can carry this team to a playoff spot. If not, that was a dumb move by me. All right, so here at the 28th trade deadline, we're finally like respectable. We are 25 and 26. We were pretty close to 500 last year at the deadline, and we still missed out on the playing tournament as a whole. So hopefully this year we're able to get it done. Sabonis is putting up 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists here in his age 31 season. He's going to earn an extension for me for sure. So sorry about like some of the previous years' statistics are going to be a little off because I had to restart this save. But everybody's kind of shooting the ball well, which is great. We're getting over 12 assists from Carrington and Boozer. I mean, in the playoffs, they're both 6'5". I may start like one of them at the 2. Keon Ellis is shooting 36% from 3, averaging 10 points a night. Bryce James has been fine for us. Brett Slaughter has also been fine for us. Crazy last name. So I think we're going to let this team ride. I don't know. Does Sabonis? Okay, he would have. Oh, man. I was hoping that was going to be like under 40 mil. $50 million for Sabonis. $25 million for Denny? Damn. There may be a sign and trade with Denny this offseason. I mean, he's playing well this year. I don't know, man. He's just been too inconsistent for me at times. We'll see, though. We'll just see if we can maybe win a playoff series. All right, so I think we're actually going to finish the season above 500, which is nice. We are 39 and 30. We just have to win basically 3 more games to do so. And Wemby wins MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Melvin Stevenson, a 7'2" center out of Maryland, going to the Kings. Well, that looks generational. Oh my God, even shot well from 3. That's like a clone from Wemby. Bronny James in Utah, he wins 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy, most improved Isaiah Evans, former Duke Blue Devil, right? Yeah, he's coming into this season with like Cooper Flagg and Kaman Malak there. And we got Domantas Sabonis on All-NBA third team. I mean, he did put up 20.5 points, 11 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and shot 55 from the field, 34 from 3, 82 from the line, and led us to, I think, the playoffs, which is kind of crazy. So maybe I have to extend him. We finished the season as the 5 seed. We're going to be going up against the Indiana Pacers in round number 1. They have Desmond Bane now. They have Jalen Duren. No longer have Miles Turner. And Reece Shea is like a really good number 2. He's going to be due for an extension as well. Carrington also. And Donovan Clingan was actually pretty solid in Sacramento. He came off the bench. Well, he's behind Melvin Stevenson. So that's why probably they felt comfortable to give up Sabonis. I know it's a different save. So let's see if we're able to knock them off in round number 1. Game 1 goes to the Wizards. We we won by 2 points. Reese Hashé with 33. Sabonis flirted with a triple-double. He's going to do that every game. We do end up losing game 2 by 3 points. 30, 13, and 8 for Sabonis. 28, 4, and 4 for Bob Carrington, who is not... is he? Yeah, I think he's a free agent at the end of the year. We ended up losing by 7 here, unfortunately. Game number 4, don't go down 3-1, and we go down 3-1. We ended up losing by 9. Denny had 25. Damn, Denny's performing well in these playoffs. Game number 5 goes to the Indiana Pacers. Damn, and they won by 3. So many of these games were close. Reese Hashé balled out for us in the playoffs as well. How was Sabonis? He was good. I don't really know what we're going to do this offseason. I mean, Caden Boozer definitely struggled out there. Carter Bryant struggled as well. I mean, we're going in the right direction. I'm going to have to pay Sabonis a lot of money because he just led us to a 5 seed. But can we upgrade elsewhere to maybe go all the way? Like, I'd like to re-sign Reese Hashé, but I think it's like the Denny of Diaz spot. Like, could we upgrade and get like an elite shooting guard or an elite point guard? And we have the 20th pick here in the 2028 draft, another asset we could leverage in a trade. And we ended up taking Freddie Geiger, a 6'6 shooting guard out of the G League Ignite. I mean, that will have to be no more going forward. We're going to pick up all these team options as we have some free agents. We are going to offer the qualifying offers to Bub Carrington and Zachary Reese Hashé. And Sabonis has 17 offers out there. The Warriors have offered him 3 years, $161 million. Denny has no real offers, but we got some big decisions to make. Oh my God, Sabonis wants so much money. All right, we're about to give Sabonis 5 years, $250 million. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. We're going to re-sign everybody, but I do think it's going to be a sign and trade with Denny. I know he's pretty good, but I think we have to break up this team a little bit. That is disgusting. Wait, no, he left me. You mother... Oh my God, he's going to leave me. Sabonis is really going to leave me to sign with Golden State. Oh my goodness. Are you on... My God, I hate my life. I hate my life. Please tell me he goes unsigned. Please tell me. The Warriors actually signed him. Are you... Oh my God, they stole him from me. Come on. All right, I'm going to sign Isaiah Jackson to a 2-year deal. Yeah, we're downgrading. And I'm going to sign Keontae George to a max contract as well. Isaiah Jackson, I was with the Warriors. Come on. They're stealing all my guys right now. I hate you, Golden State. So we get Keontae George, 3 years, $112 million. I'm also trying to sign Wendell Carter Jr. as well. Hopefully we are able to pick him up. 2 years, $31 million. And we're going to re-sign Zachary Reese Hashé, 5 years, $125 million. I mean, maybe that worked out for the better. So Keontae George is our new free agency addition. He was pretty good for Utah last year. We are going to make him a shooting guard, though. He will stay at an 88. He can play some backup point guard. Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be our starting power forward. Well, he could start, or Brett Slaughter if we wanted to start him. I mean, we could take a look to see how Slaughter goes in player progression. Did he progress at all? He's up to a 78 overall. We'll see how Carter Jr. does. I really can't believe Sabonis left us. That is crazy. All right, so I don't think Bryce James is going to crack the rotation this year. We're going to give Brett Slaughter a decent amount of minutes, too, to see what he can do as the backup 5 spot. Yeah, this team is still in limbo right now. We may need another year, and damn, this is going to be a long rebuild for us year-wise. Yeah, and I kind of risked it for the biscuit getting Keontae George, and we are 19 and 27. So that is not really great. Keontae George is averaging 18 points on this team. I mean, he's been fine, 7.5 assists. Maybe we got to break some of this up. Like, maybe we have too many guard-heavy guys. Maybe we just need more shooters. So MVP goes to Victor Wembanyama. VJ Miller is your Rookie of the Year. Lee McNeely, 6th man. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved Darius Acuff Jr. Drake Powell, Clutch Player of the Year. Charles Lee of the Hornets is your Coach of the Year. Obviously, the new head coach of that team. And Sabonis on All-NBA 3rd team in Golden State. Don't remind me. We ended the season as a non-playing tournament team. Damn, what a setback. I feel like I shouldn't have allocated my money to George, but I had to re-sign Reese Hashé and Carrington anyway. You do have the Sixers and the Thunder in the finals, and the Thunder end up sweeping them. So we're going into the 2030 season. This is crazy. And we ended up with the #1 overall pick. All right. I don't know if I want to... we could see. We could see who's available #1 overall, but thank you, lottery gods, for giving me that. All right, beautiful. Mark Daigneault's a free agent again. Let's pick him up. No! My God, why is everybody turning me down in this video? All right, Will Hardy, will you turn me down? Thank you. So there's really not a consensus #1 overall guy in this draft, so I think we're going to look to trade the pick. Could the #1 overall pick... Bub Carrington, Freddie Geiger. Who else? I guess All right, what about if we did the #1 overall pick in Keontae George for Chet Holmgren? Can I get this done? They say no. What about if I throw in my unprotected first next year as well? They say yes. All right, I traded for Chet Holmgren. Let's freaking go. That is a massive pickup. And then I'm going to trade Wendell Carter Jr., Freddie Geiger in 2 seconds for Isaiah Hartenstein and Emmanuel quickly. All right, we're making moves. And the Thunder with the #1 overall pick took Jamie Smith. I think I made the right decision. Yeah, we're just going to say the Keontae George experiment did not work out. We are going to pay Carter Bryant some money here in free agency. Oh, I could have signed Anthony Edwards if I waited a year. I don't know. He probably would have went back to Minnesota. Jalen Suggs has hit free agency like 8 different times in this video. It is crazy to see Anthony Edwards as a 99 overall now as well. All right, I'm not done yet. Will they do this? I don't know. I want to see if I could trade Bryce James. Could I also move Bryce James, Carter Bryant, Isaiah Hartenstein, a first-round pick for Paolo Banchero? He's 4.5 stars. I doubt they do this. I'll give you 2 first-round picks. I'm getting desperate here in Washington. I'll give you 3 first-round picks. Screw it. No, okay. It was Paolo. Come on. All right, let's try the same thing for Evan Mobley. That is Reese Shea. Okay, thank God they didn't accept that. Carter Bryant, Hartenstein for Mobley. They say no. 1 first-round pick. They still say no. I will give you Bryce James, and of course, they have an issue with that money-wise, and they don't really have anybody to throw in. Karis LeVert. They say no. I'll give you 2 first-round picks. Does that get it done? Okay, so we have Evan Mobley and Chet Holmgren in my front court. This is everything I wanted. Denny's going to be the 6th man. We have a backcourt of, I guess, Boozer and Quickly. Something like that. I think I'm going to move Quickly to the 2 or Boozer to the 2. Or actually Bub Carrington to the 2. We're going to do that. All right, we have our 9-man rotation that could win a championship. I said enough is enough. We went out and got Chet Holmgren and Evan Mobley this offseason. And we got to keep Denny, Reese Shea, Boozer, and Bub Carrington. All right, so at the end of the season, Luka Doncic wins MVP. Bruno Rancic is your Rookie of the Year. He was the 33rd pick out of Croatia. King Flebig, what a name. 6th man of the year in Cleveland. And we finished with the 2nd best record in the Eastern Conference. We ended up going 55-27. It's pretty much Toronto, us, and Philadelphia in the East. We were 1 game out of the 1 seed. Chet Holmgren led the team in scoring, followed by Reese Shea, Boozer, Mobley, Carrington, and then there's Denny. For the playoffs, though, I feel like I don't think I need to start Carrington or of Dia. Like, I gotta start Reese Shea, I think. So I think I'm gonna start Reese Shea over Denny of Dia. And then we're obviously going to stick with the 9-man rotation. Brett Slaughter, he can get like 13 minutes a night. Keon Ellis, 15. Quickly, 20. Let's do 26 to Denny, maybe. We'll see. 32 to Boozer and Carrington. And then let's go a bunch to Mobley and Chet Holmgren. So we're taking on the Cavs in round 1. Evan Mobley's old team. Carter Bryant's new team. And of course, he posts 21 points this season. That is amazing. So we are currently up 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. Us, and we end up winning in 6. And we advance. Mobley averaged a double-double. We got the Twin Towers with him and Chet Holmgren. Now we're taking on Philadelphia. Still have Maxey, have Embiid, have Desmond Bane. Great. Oh my God. They also have Ian Jackson, T. Savant, Tyler Smith. I mentioned Bane, OG Anunoby, Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter. That is a deep roster. We end up beating them by 1, though. We beat them by 5. Shout out to Bub Carrington, putting up 32 and 16 in game 1. And in game 2, we ended up winning by 17. Can we go up 3-0? Nope. They ended up winning game 3. We win game 4, do not blow a 3-1 lead, and we advance to take on the 4th-seeded Knicks in the conference finals. Shout out to Denny off the bench. This Knicks team is Kobe Buffkin, VJ Edgecombe, Jacob Wilkins. They also have Julius Randle, Trace Jackson Davis, Liam McNeely, Jarris Walker, Justin Edwards. I think that Philly team is much better. And we end up losing game 1, but then winning 4 in a row. And I brought the Wizards to the NBA Finals. Come on. I lost the final year of the #1 pick Hawks rebuild. Let's right that wrong here and beat Portland, who have Collier, Carter, Jalen Harrelson, Keegan Murray, Bam. This team looks so different as well. Still have Anthony Simons and DeAndre Ayton. Game 1 goes to Washington. We blew them out. Love that. Game 2, Portland. Okay, they end up beating us by 8. Game 3, Portland. Come on, they beat us by 2. Reese Shea had 33. All right, we made it a series again. Let's win game 5. Reese Shea had 34. This dude is on his way to being a finals MVP. We win game 5 by 1 point. Yes. Let's win in 6. No, why do we have to go to a game 7? All right, once again, the post-lottery rebuilds are going to end on game 7 of the NBA Finals. 2030. Don't lose this. Don't lose the 2030 Finals. Come on, we're down by double digits. Now we're down by 7. Oh, Chet's got 12 and 7. Come on. Come on, guys. Win this, please. We're down by 8. I need you guys to come back. There we go. What a start to the 4th. Please. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. What a 4th quarter collapse and then comeback by us, collapse by the Blazers, and we win the 2030 Finals. Evan Mobley. Finals MVP. Let's go. So hope you guys did enjoy that number 2 pick Washington Wizards rebuild. Let me know if you did by dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments who you want to see me draft with the Rockets in the number 3 pick rebuild. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.